Alright, so I've got a nice Sony VCR that came in. Take a look at that. Hi-Fi stereo, DA Pro 4-head, cable box control system. And then down here, if you open the door, not a lot going on, just a TV VTR for the RF output, and a channel selector, record, and quick timer over here. It is a model number SLV-721HF. I already got the top loose on it, but let's go ahead and pop it open. And oh no, I don't know if you saw that or not, but this came with it. That's a belt, and it's already getting all over my hands. So it's going right into the trash. There it goes. That's not good. Well, let's go ahead and get the bottom open and see what the bottom looks like. I'm thinking we're going to have some belt destruction. One moment. Houston, we have a problem. And then we're going to try to touch these things, but there's one of the loading belts. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's toast. There's another piece of belt, that little black that's on the side right there, that's belt. There's a motor pulley with belt remnants on it. Oh. So it's supposed to be a belt that runs, I thought, around here like this. But I'm seeing a problem right here. Where's the pulley? It's completely missing. And I flipped this thing upside down once I got the bottom off of it. And I banged it up, down, right, left, sideways in the X, Y, Z, A, B, C direction. And I've got nothing. Looking at the bottom of this thing, that's the inside. There's no remnants of belts stuck on it, so it must have been laying maybe on its side for many, many years. But, oh, yeah, one moment. And I found that had just dropped out of it. Another belt. Yeah. What do you want to call it? A carcass? Yeah, so at a minimum, it's going to need a set of belts, but it's going to need a pulley. I wonder if anybody can 3D print one, because I doubt I'm going to be able to find something. So let's go ahead and just measure it in millimeters. So it measures 10.01 millimeters. Of course, yeah, 10 millimeters. But what's the outside diameter supposed to be? Probably about like 20 millimeters, maybe 17. I don't know. What's 20 look like? Yeah, that looks pretty big. Probably going to be, I would say, about that big, about 16 millimeters in diameter. So I don't know if anybody can 3D print one of those for me. That would be awesome. Measure the height of it. 3.7 millimeters, and then you can see there's a dimple right there, so the actual height is 2.6 millimeters on the brass insert part. Other than that, seems to be working just fine. Well, this may end up being one of my shortest videos ever, unless I can either find a replacement capstan motor for this thing, or if somebody can 3D print a capstan pulley for this. Just for the heck of it, well, I've got the micrometer out here. What is the depth of, well, I can't really get a good read on this one. I'm just going to have to eyeball it. I wonder if I can pop that little ring off of there real quick. I would imagine this would be about the same size as the one on the capstan motor. Let's try to get the clip off. Uh, 4 millimeters basically is what this one, the thickness of this is for that portion. And yeah, after the recess, 4 millimeters should be just fine. Wow, unbelievable that this thing is in that great of condition. Well, I'm going to go onto the eBay and look and see if anyone's got maybe just a capstan motor for sale for one of these. Or maybe somebody has a 3D printed pulley available. But I can't do much without that pulley. It's pretty useless. Like I said, I've shook this thing up and down, right and left, sideways, in every XYZ 1, 2, 3 axis, and no pulleys have dropped out of it yet. I'm not going to say it's not in there, but yet. Well, just a side note, I went ahead and printed out a page of the service manual for this unit. And I'm looking for M902 capstan motor 3-947-028-01. I did find somebody on eBay that is selling one of them for 50 bucks. So that's just for the motor alone. That doesn't include any labor whatsoever or a complete set of belts for this thing. So I'm going to run this by the customer and see what he wants to do. Well, I got thinking about it and thought to myself, do I have another chassis out there that might have a similar capstan motor where I can steal the pulley off of it? And look what I found. As far as these date codes on the motor, 940322, 940810. They look almost identical. This is one I have serviced in the past. Obviously, I use acetone as I do, and it took off some of the writing, but it's pretty doggone close. I wonder if this belt, which is in perfect condition off this one, would be about the same. So let's see if this will, and it will, pop off. And, oh my God, it fits absolutely perfectly on there. I doubt this belt's going to fit perfectly, but you never know. Nah, it's got a lot to be desired. Got to be just maybe a ½ inch smaller. Well, at a minimum, I need to glue this down with some hot glue because of the crack that's in it. And so what I think I'm going to do is put a little bead of hot glue. Will it come off now? Yeah. We'll put just a bead of hot glue, right, like spin it, and then just attach that to it. And we might be able to save this one after all. Because I've been thinking about it, and I just didn't want to give up on this thing. It's too nice of a VCR just to toss down the drain, you know. Okay, let me see what I can do about... wow, I just barely touched it, and I've got stuff on my fingers. Let me see what I can do about getting this cleaned up. A little acetone first. And get the hot glue gun warmed up, and I'll probably preheat this with a hot air blower to help the glue set a little bit slower so I can get full engagement of this pulley, and that'll guarantee it's not going to spin on there. Okay, one moment. Okay, so while the hot glue is warming up, I'm just going to go ahead and give this a wipe with acetone so the glue will adhere as good as humanly possible. And then I want to go ahead and wipe off the pulley. I'm probably going to have that made. This is where I intend on attaching the glue. So we want to make sure that the glue adheres to the plastic. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Next, I'm just going to get my hot air blower from my rework station. And I just want to heat up the middle of this a little bit so the glue will adhere and not just basically solidify instantaneously when it touches the cold metal. Okay, I'm hoping that's going to be good enough. Okay, I put a zip tie around it to pull it tight, and we'll let that cure, and we'll come back to it in just a few minutes. Okay, well, I think we're at the messy part of the repair, where I got to try to get these belts off. I'm going to get my trash can handy, because I really don't want to touch these any more than humanly necessary. No, that one actually came out fairly nicely. Look at that. I'm not even going to attempt to try to measure these things just because of the shape that they are currently in. Oh, that one is nasty. That's going to make a mess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me try to get a paper towel here. And maybe a screwdriver. Maybe I could just scrape it kinda up. Oh, yeah, that's working out great. That's what I wanted to happen. Oh, definitely got some of it up at least. Oh, yeah, that's nasty. Okay, well, on to the cotton swabs. Q-tip branded cotton swabs. And some acetone. And this is probably going to get very, very contaminated, as well are my hands. Why don't I wear gloves? I don't know. I just don't know. Well, I think that's about as clean as it's going to get. Like 23 cotton swabs later on that gear. Wow, that thing was nasty. Well, let's dig through the bag of belts and see if I can find some replacement belts. One moment. Okay, well, I think I found 3 suitable replacement belts. There's the first one. It goes down there like that. And then I believe this one, this is from memory, a couple of days ago since I worked on these things. That one goes there. And then this one will be the loading motor. So I believe that is the correct belt orientation. I'll go ahead and get these cleaned up with acetone, throw it back together, and we'll give it a test. We might have to disassemble this unit because the mode select switch lives under this main gear. It could be oxidized. I don't know. And then there's the terminals for the mode select switch that you see, the 4 shiny terminals. I think there's probably 5, but you can't see them all. So let's go ahead and get these belts serviced with some magical solution acetone and get this thing reassembled and see if it's going to want to play. Okay, all the belts have been serviced, ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this thing set back up on the bench. There we go. You can see everything there. And we'll go ahead and get the serviced belts installed. All right, there you go. They're all on there, straight, no twists. Well, let's flip this thing over, give it some power, and see what it wants to do. Okay, please don't blow up. I'm not sure when the last time this thing was powered up was, but here we go. Well, it's certainly trying to do something. And I have dashes on the display, which is good. Power on. Display did light up. Go ahead and open the front door. And we'll grab a tape that I don't really care about. Pop it in and see what happens. Uh-oh. Is that all tweaked? Something is definitely tweaked. One moment. Okay, I think I got that figured out. So the loading mechanism right here was bent down or bent up just a little bit. I had to push this part. Had to like tweak this down a little bit. It was like way up too high. So that little tab is catching right there. So we shall see what's going to happen on this go round. Power had been removed, power reapplied. And well, that's a start at least. It doesn't want to open the door. Oh. Well, that's not good. Okay, well that might be better. Still not good. Well, at least it didn't push it down this time. Why does it not want to open the door? Oh, this thing's just plagued with problems. I'm not sure what's going on with this thing. But there should be a little tab. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but in that slot right there, let me see if I can zoom in possibly. So in that little slot right there, kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can pump up the exposure. That's as far as I can go. But there should be a little tab that pushes that little button right here that unlocks the door and allows it to open. Because normally these are locked, but if you push that button in right there, then the door opens to expose the actual tape. It's gone. There's nothing there. Oh man, this is the gift that keeps on giving, like the Jelly of the Month Club. I may actually have to throw in the towel on this thing because all the work I've done to it, I mean belts, fix the capstan motor, and now the door won't open. Let's go back into auto magical exposure so it won't be pushed over like that. Yeah, that is the weirdest thing. Where am I going to find one of these pieces now? Unfreaking believable. Well, I certainly hate to bail after I thought this thing's going to work. Well, I guess I'll look around a little bit more and see if I can find a replacement mechanism piece, maybe. I think that everything, let's zoom back in here and probably have to pump up the exposure yet again. I believe that there's supposed to be something attached right here as the door opener that lifts the door up, and probably something back here that pushes in the tab. Where has everything gone on this unit? I mean, it's almost like this unit was a parts VCR for cannibalization. So they cannibalized some parts out of here to fix somebody else's VCR. Who knows? I mean, with all the various issues, I don't think anyone's going to want to put money into this thing. Although it is a nice VCR, it'll probably end up in the scrap heap. But at least we know the capstan motor is working at this point. The loading motor works. It does try to load the tape. Cylinder motor spins. The heads actually feel good. They have very good protrusion, which means it has low hours on it. But I think I'm at the end. I've hit a roadblock at this point. But I'm going to say that's going to be it for now on this VCR. The Sony, I believe it is an SLV-721HF. If anybody's got some parts laying around for one of these, like a carriage mechanism, please let me know. I would appreciate it. All right, that's going to be it. Go and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad, and try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, if you could, please hit that subscribe button and like this video. It does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X at NorCal715. You can email me, NorCal715videos@gmail.com. As of right now, mid-October 2024, if you want to contact me, please just leave me a comment in one of the videos. That is the best way to contact me. Remember, with your help, we can try to get these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Everyone, thank you for making it to the end of this failure video. I really, really appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. Once again, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Go and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, if you could please hit that subscribe button and like this video. It does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X at NorCal715. You can email me, NorCal715videos@gmail.com. As of right now, it's partway through October of 2024. If you want to contact me, just go ahead and leave me a comment in one of the videos. That is the best way to contact me as of right now. Remember, with your help, we can try to keep these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Well, if there's an update, I will post it. Everyone, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Well, just a side note, I went ahead and got the service manual on this unit. And I went ahead and looked on eBay for a 3-947-028-01 capstan motor. I did find a person that is selling one of them for 50 bucks. So that's just for the capstan motor alone. And it does note, new, it's good on the box. So I have no idea if it's actually good or not. But nevertheless, wow, the exposure is really pumped up. There we go. Well, let's shoot that whole thing over. All right, once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.